first of all, let me ask you, because actually you stuck with AOL/AIM longer than most people did. Instant Messenger.
For a minute.
Does anybody fuck with that anymore or no?
I don't know. They used to send those old school CDs for like 70 minutes free or some shit, like 100.
But I remember at this point it was probably like in 2011 or 2010 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Like you had just gotten off work, I had gotten off work. This was when I was at the dealership, and we were gonna go somewhere at night. We were gonna go to a bar or something, and we went to your house real fast, and like your AOL shit was signed in, your AIM shit was signed in, and I was like, I was half jealous, and the other half of me was like, but does anybody use that shit anymore? But I saw your screen names, like there were screen names of people who were signing in and signing out and shit.
Yeah.
So like you weren't the only one. Like there were still people who we knew who were still signing in and signing out and using that shit.
I guess. I ride shit to the end, man. I was on MySpace like when people were out the back door on that shit.
Yo, has there ever been a company that crashed and burned worse than MySpace?
And I don't get it because their shit was like hot, you know? I mean,
Facebook, I guess, overtook it, but
it did, but now
why?
Facebook's the same sense. Like,
yeah, but like, why? How did that happen? That's what I'm saying. Like, what
that shit happened like overnight too,
and everybody fled, son. You were the only one left. It was you and like fucking
Me and Tom.
Paulie D or some shit. Yeah. How did that happen? I'm amazed by that. You know what it might have been? I heard somebody say this. I don't know if it's true though. But like the profiles when you went to them and the fucking loud ass music was like, you would immediately hear the music and shit. Whereas Facebook was a little bit more toned down or whatever. But you're right, it really was the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember back in the day, Facebook, you really needed to have like a college login to get in.
Yeah, that's what they said in the movie was like the exclusivity or whatever. But like fuck that. Like MySpace, like it shouldn't have died that hard. Like,
yeah, no, I agree with you. It died so hard that like if anybody were to say to anybody else right now, like I have a MySpace, they'd be like, I'm not your friend anymore.
Yeah,
we're just not friends anymore. Whereas even with AIM, like I was asking you, like it's gone, dead, out of style, etc. But if I asked about it and the gut reaction of people are not like, oh, AIM, it's just like, oh, that was the shit. Whereas MySpace was the shit, but the reaction is, fuck that shit.
Yeah, like people are like angry at MySpace. Like I could see you being like, yo, let's bring back AIM, like, and sort of get that shit out again. Just like message people and shit like that. I'll be like, yeah, that's dope. But if you were like, yo, let's bring back MySpace, remember? I'd be like,
no,
you fucking crazy,
fuck
bro.
You. Fuck you, and you hang up.
Don't ever ask me that shit again. I'm done talking to you.
Do you even remember your password and your shit? I remember my name for AIM. I don't remember my password.
I don't remember my password, but I'm gonna try and your shit was just like, fuck, man, I should know this shit.
When I say it, you're gonna go, oh.
Wasn't it like Kyle Kulinski 3 or something like that?
Nah, not even close. Come on, we're talking when we created these accounts, we were in high school, so we were just cornballs.
That's crazy.
Not that we're
not I probably like
now.
spoke to you every day on this shit. Do you remember mine?
Corn chips, something.
Corn chip 11.
Yeah, corn chip 11. There you go.
Damn,
I knew it was corn chip something.
When you tell me this shit, I'm gonna be mad. What is it?
KGIF 15.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, yo, that just brought back
Yeah, man.
I just signed online and like everybody's shit came right there.
No, I got fond ass memories of AIM, man. Like my first girlfriend ever, me and her would talk on AIM, or AOL at the time, and then later on AIM. But we would talk on it until 4 o'clock in the morning when we were in middle school, and like then I go into school the next day on like 3 hours of sleep, and I just be like, I just can't wait to leave.
Tournaments in your basement and like just throw up a status like poker tournament at the crib, right?
Yeah,
shit like
man. That. Yeah. No, I remember, man. I don't want to like. Would it be OD to give out? I mean, it's not like she uses AIM anymore either. I was gonna give out her scream and be like, every time I saw that. And I was typing, like, I remember getting those butterflies of like, oh my god, I'm talking to my girlfriend on AIM. I'm like so grown up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was just a child, but I loved it, man. It was awesome.
Yeah. And what was the KGIF shit?
I was just gonna say, I actually stole that. It's so funny, man. So Tommy Lally, I don't think he would care me telling this story. I really don't think he gives a fuck. Like back in the day, he told me his password had KGIF in it. And I was like, what the fuck does that stand for? He's like, oh, it stands for, and remember, this is like late middle school. Yeah, I think middle school. So still super cornball, super awkward. Like, you know, in that terrible transitionary phase when you're sort of becoming an adult, but not really. Is you're just like, super awkward. He's like, it stands for kissing girls is fun. I was like, yo, that's
I'm
the
taking
shit.
that.
I didn't even tell him. I just took it. I'm like, I just made it my screen name. One day he was probably like, yo, what the, like, you just put my password on blast. I was like, no, it's not exactly the same. I put a 15 at the end of it. And by the way, I have no clue what the 15 was for. That actually might have been like the number of the day in the month that I started going out with my first girlfriend.
Wow.
Like I had a lot of that number shit at the time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's the day, and then you just use that everywhere.
Yeah.
Super corny, but I love that shit, man. I loved AIM. I remember just.
That's crazy how I just learned that shit right now. Like, you would think back when I was in high school, I would just be like, hey, what's your screen name stand for?
Yeah, I know.
Right? Like, you would have thought I would have asked or, like, that shit, or known that.
Did you ever have a sidekick or no?
No, I wanted one of those shit.
I had a sidekick, but I had got it when AIM was already on the way out.
Oh, okay.
But it was still, I still loved it. Like, I was still
I
like,
remember when you got your
shit.
sidekick, actually.
Yeah, I think I bought it off Jimmy.
Yeah.
I think I did. I think he didn't want it anymore. I'm like, let me buy that shit for you for like $3. He's like, $4.
But it was still hot. You still,
it was still hot.
Got good use out of it.
Yeah, I did. And it was I think it was like my second phone. I was rocking it like on some drug dealer shit. Because you know what it is? Remember the Nextel phase? Like when everybody had a Nextel and that shit was hot? I was never part of that phase, dog. I never had a Nextel.
Neither did I.
And I always fucking wanted one. I was like, yo, the cool kids got Nextels.
So
then I was like making up for the fact that I never had a Nextel by having the sidekick, but I was already past the wave of the sidekick being cool. So I was never cool. I was never cool with my phone shit. Like I was never.
Did you ever have a beeper?
I never had a beeper. My sister had a beeper.
Oh, okay.
And I remember looking at her when she got it, like, damn, that shit's official.
Yeah.
You had one?
Beeper. Yeah, I had one. It was my older stepbrother's. And then I think it got like deactivated, but it was still activated to get like sports scores and shit like that. So I couldn't actually get like beeps or whatever. But I think it was when we were in middle school, and I had it, and it was dope.
Yeah,
and like looking back on it now, like a fucking beeper.
Beepers died hard, dog.
But I mean, like it died because of technology and shit, though. But like, if you were to tell a kid now, like, yeah, we used to have beepers. Like someone would call us from a landline with their number, and we'd have to find a phone and call them back. They'd be like,
what the fuck? Did you grow up in the Stone Age? That's what they would think.
Seriously.